Maybe, perhaps.
Maybe he hates the broadcast.
Maybe, mate. You'll never know.
Maybe it's somebody I've been unkind to at a comedy show. I've had that before. I've had someone coming up to me and giving me a hard time.
Really?
Yeah, and I've always like going, I'll be like, don't really give a fuck, man.
But then, that's the thing, right? So if someone meets you for the first time, who's to say you are having the best day?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you could be having a shitty day, things could be going wrong in your life, and you may be a bit short with someone, and that one person who's met you for the first time thinks you're just a dick.
Yeah.
Because of that.
Well, I'm sure everyone's got a first time I met Billy Kirkwood story. Do you know? And it's like you say, like I like to think I'm fairly considerate when it comes to people. I think moralistically, that's the one good thing about being off the radio, particularly, like, because I know that was personally in that work environment, in that place, that was the worst version of me ever.
Right.
Like I know I would been surly and not myself, and having to really switch between like that persona and like who else I know I really am. I feel bad because it was an unhappy time for me.
Right, okay.
Associated with fucking trauma. Well, and it's one of those things where I go like, I feel bad for anyone that would have went, oh god, this guy. But that's more to do with me. Mm. But then also, people are quite cunty, so it's also like, well, it's not necessarily. I don't think I should be beating myself with a shovel.
Yeah.
Because I think I did the best with what I could at the time.
Well, that's it. But you were running on like a couple hours sleep every day as well.
Yeah, man, and there's all the other things. There was like, I mean, I don't want to say there was like bullying and what have you, but I don't think it was necessarily bullying, but it's a very toxic atmosphere.
Right.
And not one I wanted to be a part of. So you either dial in and swim in those waters, or you try and hold on to a bit of yourself and stay out of them.
Yeah.
And the thing is about staying out and holding on to a bit of yourself is fucking harder and more throws more shit your way, I think, than anything else.
Right, okay.
And like you say, like existing on barely any sleep for all that time and trying to spin all the various plates, that was dumb. That was a stupid thing to do. That was a stupid thing to do. And I didn't enjoy it. Yeah. Well, you see, I'll go home today and it'll be a fucking arsehole of a message. But in saying that, I never really big up the... what's the other side of things? Like when someone says something nice, you're like, fucking right I am.
I get a bit defensive then.
I'm like the best thing going, and then I was like, God, you're really going to fuck yourself up doing that.
Aye, that's it. It's just like having like yes men. He was like Floyd Mayweather, the boxer. He's just surrounded by yes men that say he's the best all the time, which he is the best. But
I think you also want a bit of humility. Listen. People have said lovely things about me, and still do to this day, and that's very nice. And I'm humbled by that. And I think you should be when someone says something nice about you, and try and take it with, as anybody should. You should try and take it with as much grace as you can.
Yeah.
But fucking hell, like what are you meant to do? I mean, I've seen like comics, I've seen people in business. I've seen like, oh yes, you're right, we are right, and part of me almost kind of admires that in a respect of like fucking like to have that just complete lack of moralistic self-awareness is like, it's to be like you don't give a fuck. Right. You don't give a fuck. The type of person that walks in and he goes, well, we're taking over this business and we're gonna eradicate blah 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 blah. Like I wouldn't do that because I'd be kind of like, oh fuck, those guys have got families and
that's it,
and boyfriends and girlfriends and dogs and cats, and I don't want to do that. It's
yeah, it's not my style either. Up this one, I think. I don't think I've ever been here before.
This is Fintry.
Oh, this is Fintry.
Oh no. We're going as Fintry, isn't it?
Ah, yeah. Where we're going is Fintry.
Seems an odd... Well, this is Kelvindale, is it? I don't know where we are at all.
No, neither do I.
I haven't a clue.
That's what happens when you follow sat-nav, though. You just end up in places, like, rather than actually working out where you are.
Well, at least is this CarPlay?
It's... What?
CarPlay?
Google.
No, I mean, like, the whole system. Sorry?
Fuck's sake, I said Google. No, what's it called? Android Auto.
Okay.
Aye, so it runs through the phone.
That should be fine then, because the phones are usually on the ball. It's when you've got a car with like an old sat nav in it, it's trying to send you like through someone's house.
All right, no. This is it just comes through the phone, so it's all up to date and stuff. Which is handy this morning because I was in the gym the first thing. I thought I'll give myself a couple of hours because it's rush hour traffic.
Yeah.
And then it's just like you'll be there for 10. It's like fuck, too early, but better that than being late, I guess.
But it's really only like a few people have ever experienced, and it's like, what the fuck is going on?
Aye.
What the fuck is going on? And it could very well be personal, but again, I couldn't give a flying fuck.
Nah.
And if it's personal, you're kind of like, oh, but I'll have done nothing to you. Like, I know that for a fact. So if you've taken a disliking to me personally because of who I am, then it's like, we're good. A misunderstanding, 100%. Somebody that's got ADHD and is probably somewhere on the autistic spectrum, it's like, maybe I've said something that's fucked you off at some point. Or maybe it is like that, not giving a fuck. And it's kind of, I always find that so weird. Like, I remember Kevin Mullen that was on the show.
Aye, yeah.
So Kevin was my therapist that I went to that helped me get through that last year of radio. Yeah. It's so funny that when people go like, oh yeah, well, when you said kind of fucked you up, how bad was it? It's like, I went and saw a therapist. That's what I got to with that.
Yeah, shit.
So when people do think like, oh no, you're just bitter and what have you, I went and saw a therapist to get me through the last year. That's what I was, folks.
Yep.
And like, don't turn around and say it's anything else. That's where it fucking got to, so please. But it's like you say, you don't know where somebody comes from and what have you, you know?
Aye, that's it, yeah.
Because it's one of those things like, here's a couple of examples of those folk. Like, they'd probably be like, oh, tell us if you're having difficulty. But then it's like, yeah, well, I've actually been seeing a therapist. Oh, that's good. He's always seen a therapist. We need to get him to fuck.
Yeah.
Which, the thing is, I understand. I get that. And I probably did let it slip at some point on the last 6 months when I was there. Probably led to part of my, departure. And then there was the famous incident with my dad. Which was like, did I ever tell you this?
I don't think so.
Right, so my dad passed away on the Friday after my show.
Right.
The show's not necessarily anything to do with anything, so he passed away on the Friday. Everything happened very fast. Well, I obviously put up a message because, God, when my dad passed away, God, this is ridiculous, right? So, the police knew who I was.
Right.
They knew I was a comedian, and they knew a couple of them knew me from the radio.
Right.
The ambulance knew who I was. She'd actually been on my radio show as the singing paramedic.
Oh wow. Okay.
The funeral directors knew who I were.
Shit.
So it was like, wow, that's pretty hefty. So, but hey, everyone was so nice and so wonderful. I can't really say anything bad. I wouldn't say anything bad. It was just like, I think I might have even said, well, you're not catching me at my best.
Yeah, of course that.
But blah blah blah. So, but I put out a message on Facebook the other day. I wasn't actually gonna, but I put out a post going, this has probably got around a wee bit by now. But my dad's passed away. Listen, I'm fine. We're just dealing with all the best. So I get when I'm in, I'm going back on the Monday, going back on the radio show, and everyone say, well, why? It's like, well, I don't really have anything to do.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm going back, and the meeting we had, I had a brief chat with one of the bosses, and this is a direct quote.
Ah, shit. Sorry, Billy.
Oh, you're all right. This is a direct quote. We should be able to get back around.
I was trying to go back around.
There you go.
Sweet.
And this was a direct quote. They went, obviously, well, what they said is, well, take as much time as you need. Obviously we'll have to stop paying you, but take as much time as you need.
Yeah.
So the second thing they said was, well, I won't be paying you.
Oh, shit.
And it's nothing to do with the money. It's more to do with everything's going to be fine.
Aye.
If you could just...
Wow.
obviously we won't pay you. It's like, oh, cool. And I remember thinking,
nice and supportive.
And I remember thinking, hey, look, I understand the terms of the, sorry, non-employment. But it was like, that has to be the second thing you say?
Oh, really? I know,
That has to be the second thing you say? It's like going, you're fired and your cat's dead as well. It's like, and I'll level with you, I remember that day because I remember going, quit. I remember thinking in my head, quit.
Right, okay.
Quit now.
Yeah.
Just stand up and go,
I'm done.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. That's cool. You know what? I am going to take some time. When does my contract finish? I'll see it then. I'll come in the last day to get my stuff. Remember how fucking pissed I was.
Oh, no wonder.
Yeah. And I take very little personally, but I remember taking that personally.
Yeah.
And I know that a couple of people did tell about it when they probably didn't mean it like that. They were probably nervous and didn't know what to say. It's like, yeah, but I don't think it should have even been on the list.
It still came out, though, didn't it?
It still came out, and I since then, I had a real fucking problem with everyone in that building.
Yeah. Understandable, though.
Yeah. So I do have a lot of regrets of not being the best version of myself I could have been when I was there. But I did the best I could.
Yeah, exactly.
I did the best I could.
That's all you can do, eh?
It's all you can do, man. It's all you can do. Here we go. Right. Hopefully the conversation on the way back will be a bit cheerier.
It's a nice part of the world.
Hey, one of that guy doesn't like me. Fucking hell.
We've given a lot of airtime in this one.
Yeah, he should be fucking grateful.
No.
I've made him more relevant than he's ever going to be in his life. Sorry, bro. Facebook's not a TV channel. Nobody's paying attention.
Exactly. I hear the sheep on the wrong side of the fence here.
Cunts.
Better watch.
They're always at it.
They want to dent the van.
Of course, in saying that, I've got this lovely view in the fucking...
So it's nice and scenic up here.
Well, I don't know. It's always the drop I look at.
Oh, is it?
Because they do. You go like, why is that not all the way along this?
By the barrier.
We're going to the corners. It's like, did you not have it the whole fucking way?
I know. There's a biker behind me as well. He'll be wanting
Like, he can fucking wait.
to hoof it along this road, but...
A Micra?
No, a biker.
Oh, right, I thought you said a Nissan Micra. I went, he's not going anywhere.
I'll let him past you.
Come on in, Cunto.
Come on, dude. Let's go.
Come on!
Yeah.
He's a weekend warrior. Sons of...
A bit slippy though, I guess.
Sons of Anarchy. Fucking... Or Sons of Anarchy, and that's just his knees clicking. I'm a biker, mate. Are you really, though? Says me, like, I'll level you. I mean, you obviously... You got a lot of experience with biking.
Yeah.
Good and bad.
I'm good and bad. Yeah, a lot of crashing involved.
Aye. It's never held any appeal to me, if I'm honest.
Nah.
No, not really.
It was in my family growing up, I guess. My dad used to race motorbikes.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
And just kind of what I was brought up with.
My dad drove cars. That's, drove shitey cars.
Yeah.
I remember when we had like a Vauxhall Nova, which was like my mum's mobility car, and somebody nicked that.
Oh, really?
Aye, and it was like, why? Why?
Novas were the boy racer car back in the day, though, weren't
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
No, this one, man. This was a hatchback. This was like, this was a fucking boxy thing. This was the thing that I remember that, like, so you know how you got the emergency, the hazard lights.
Oh, yeah.
So this had a thing in it that if you took it out, turned it upside down and put it back in, you could start the car.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
So I suspect that's why they probably nicked it.
Easy to nick.
You just bloof, and the engine would start.
Shit.
Yeah.
Never knew that. It was always we Novas that were driving about with big, what was it, cherry bomb exhaust pipes on the back of them.
Yeah.
So loud.
This thing was fucking awful. It was always breaking down.
Was it?
Yeah. Vauxhall Nova.
Yep. Classic. I was saying that on the portrait in a podcast when I was on that. We were talking about crashing on bikes, and then we got to the wrestling. You know, we went up to Andy Wilde's place.
Yeah.
On the wrestling, give it a go thing. And they were like, "Do you think biking helped with the wrestling?" It was like aye, because biking all those years and crashing all those years, you learn how to fall. like just through repetition.
Oh, I get that. Yeah, no, that's true. Very true.
You learn to crash and you learn to fall, so it did kind of help with the rolls and stuff. And but it certainly opened up my eyes to wrestling, like, because I remember going back and watching AEW that night and just seeing some of the bumps they were taking.
Yeah, fuck that.
Shit, man, that's insane.
Although the guys up at FPWA, they've rebranded.
Have they?
Yeah, I think it's is it Power Wrestling now? Power Wrestling Academy or something. Rebranded a wee bit.
Oh, okay.
Because they're doing shows now. I mean, they're doing like live. Was that during COVID, John? I can't mind. Was it
when we done it? When we went
was
up?
Aye,
it was 21, I think.
So was that a tail end of it?
Aye, tail end. Aye, because I remember going in, we were wearing masks going in.
I remember that. Yeah.
Aye, it must have been the tail end. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Because Craig or Jason is he's now a coach up there along with Coach Stu.
Oh, right, okay.
And Andy, I guess, of course.
Yeah. It's good fun, that, man. I really enjoyed it.
I think there might be another one, another coach in there. Watch this going.
Breathe in. There we go. It was really good. A good wee school. And,
yeah, he's got a great setup there, and that's his full-time thing. Andy'd done various jobs. I think he was selling cars at one point.
I think I've seen
that. And he's done various things, but he's putting his all into this, and they seem to be doing well out of it, and they're doing shows, so I'm happy for him. He's got a lot of time for him.
Aye, no, nice guy.
Talented boy.
Yep. I need to go up to one of their shows, actually. I think it was in Truth Nightclub or something they had them.
I think so, yes. I think that's where they have them.
So I think I really enjoyed it. Just, I guess, trying something new and being a wrestling fan growing up and stuff, it was nice to get involved.
Well, I'm doing a co-production with ICW, hopefully, if we can get it across the line.
Right.
Doing a show at the Glasgow Comedy Festival this year, like an actual wrestling show.
Aye.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
So it's kind of ridiculous, over-the-top characters.
Yeah. Nice.
Back to the Hingies, we're thinking of calling it.
Right.
So it'll be like ICW Presents. So it's just, there'll be some logistics and stuff of it that I've got to kind of get talked over before we go any further.
Right, okay.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like seeing what ICW are thinking and what the Comedy Festival are thinking. What's the business stuff that needs to get sorted, then it's the fun creative stuff, and it's boom.
Yep.
And that's all going to have to happen over a short space of time. So hopefully we can sell tickets and have some fun.
Aye, that'd be interesting, that. Like.
Yeah, I think so. And we're going to try and get some comics involved, and not in a physical way.
Yeah.
Unless I can talk Neil Bratchpiece into wrestling, but.
Has he wrestled?
No, he is.
I know he used to be. He used to be like.
He has wrestled a match.
Right.
But no. Let me rephrase that. He has taken part in a pro wrestling match.
Right.
Whether or not I think you could call it a wrestling match, I'm not exactly sure.
Because I know him as the wee man, the manager.
Yeah, well, he really, that's his bread and butter. But for him to like take bumps and and stuff like, and I've seen Neil take some fucking mad bumps.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's just turned 40, so I don't know if he's going to be taking too many of those in his future.
He's a funny boy, man.
He's a very funny boy. I'll make sure to put below it. Will Neil Bratchpiece be there? Well, fucking won't be. Or whatever it is. I won't buy a ticket, whatever.
Even the wee small touches on he had like the badge, like press badge.
Oh, he's got the.
It was. What was it?
Man Wee.
Aye, Man Wee. Yeah.
Man Wee there.
Just clever.
I think it's signed off by Brussels or something like that.
Right, okay.
It's official manager's license.
Did Jester have that? Was it Friday night or something?
That's right, yeah, the one at the Pavilion.
Aye.
And it's kind of about that. It's kind of like about bringing a bit of fun and a bit of ridiculousness back into wrestling, and it'll be a standalone show.
Right.
It's not like there'll be no storylines.
Aye, okay. Yeah.
Coming out of it or anything. Maybe we'll have some fun or we'll have some heat and stuff going into it.
Right.
like some promos, and even they'll be filmed like it's a videotape from like 1994. It's
like the lines coming across.
Yeah,
like VHS
we're gonna have a bit of fun with that, and the characters will be a little ridiculous. Jester's already got his, so I get a feeling the creative team are very much on board.
Nice.
So I will see how we can make it work.
That'd be class.
We'll see how we can
Look
make
forward
it
to
work.
seeing
Well, yeah, everyone keeps saying that. It's like, and I keep going. Well, I feel like there's a lot of work still to do, but I think it'll be fun. I think then it's picking up the phone and phoning some wrestlers, and we're not going to be. I think I'm going to bring out a couple of people from down south, but the majority of them are going to be based here in Scotland.
Right. Okay.
Because I think that's only fair. It's the Glasgow Comedy Festival, but there's a couple of there's a tag team called Synergy or Meat Wagon. I quite want to bring up along with a guy called Tony Wright, who I think is really good. He did a Bundertaker, which was basically him doing the Undertaker but with the giant horse. I was like, I'd quite like to see that. I think that'd be good.
So, if it's a Glasgow Comedy Festival, is that how long is that? Is that a week or 2 weeks? Or?
That's about 2 and a bit weeks.
So would it be the same kind of show or would it be the same show every night, or?
No, it'll be a one-off.
Oh, just a one-off.
It will be a one-off night at the
I
garage.
was going to say.
A one-off night at the garage. They don't really. Glasgow's not really like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like one-off nights.
Right. Okay.
I don't even know how we got onto trolling. Do you know that?
Trolling?
Yeah.
I know. I just started off. I think.
I don't know.
Can't remember. Have you watched the?
Maybe I trolled someone and I forgot all about it.
Came back on you. Did you watch Al Snow's show on Netflix?
I did. I did. The Wrestlers. I thought it was good. I watched it
WW.
when I went to Tulsa.
Aye.
Watched it there and on the way back. I thought it was good.
I enjoyed it, man. I really enjoyed it.
I thought it was good.
Just a nice wee insight to this side of the world.
There was some stuff in it that was quite heartbreaking as well.
Aye.
Like when they're going, we're hoping to get the number of like 500. We think that's quite reasonable, but we're hoping to get that, and it's like, it's 67. And it's like, oh, that stings.
The pay-per-view thing.
Yeah.
But that's the reality of it.
That is the reality. It's trying to get anything going is fucking hard work.
And I liked it for that side of things as well, because I think there's a lot of people see these superstars in the bigger stages like WWE, and then when they disappear for WWE, I think a lot of people think they've made their millions or away living up life.
Yeah.
And it's not the case. The guy's grafting and struggling.
Well, that's the thing. Like, even if Al, for example, even if Al has looked after his money, which I think he may have, but that might just be enough to make sure there's money in the bank.
Aye.
For the very worst, that might make sure his health insurance is paid, and him and his wife his wife had a business, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I think she was a physiotherapist.
Aye, that's right. Yeah.
And so he might just be doing all right, but he still needs to make some cash, and he still wants to have something to do.
Yeah.
With his life. I don't know. I mean, if you were sitting there with like 30 million in the bank, I mean, you could live a pretty comfortable life just off the interest.
Aye, yeah, totally, yeah.
And never having to spend a penny. But then you hear about these people that like spunk through 30 million in like a year.
Aye, spend it lavishly, big houses, fancy cars.
Yeah, it's like
quick.
I've always found that quite mental, because it's like I'd probably buy a house for us to live in that we really liked.
Aye.
I don't think it would be anything mad extravagant.
Yeah. Just a nice, comfortable house.
Yeah, nice, big, something that the kids. That'd be more like that. I'd think I'd be wanting to set it up that the kids were always looked after in some way.
Yeah, exactly. Aye.
Regardless, it's like, and obviously, I mean, I've got 2 autistic boys,
Aye.
and Loki's 10. And we've got to be aware of what his end game is. Like we're going to be involved with his life throughout the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
In some way, shape, or form. So you start thinking about shit like that. It's like, well, I'd probably want to make sure that there's money in the bank, that all he really needs to worry about is there is a bank card that he doesn't ever need to worry about being in trouble about.
Aye.
Like how would you do that?
It's a safety net.
he can always have a taxi, he can always have food, he can always have the bills paid in some way.
Yeah.
If he's able to understand money to a degree, then he can get this, and then that would be cool.
Yeah, of course.
Because even at that, full well, explaining to kids is like money is a thing.
Aye.
Money is a thing.
Part of life, whether you
I'd
like it or
love
not.
to go to such and such. It's like, I would too.
I know.
Like, I'm not the villain that is stopping you
Exactly.
from doing that. It's just that I don't have that. We can do anything we want in the world, but not necessarily boom like that.
Aye, not straight away.
Yeah.
Aye, it's trying to explain that to kids.
Trying to explain that to kids can be quite heartbreaking.
It can be, definitely.
Yeah.
Especially when you got to say no.
Yeah. Then you go like, oh, I'm skint right now.
Yeah.
Or when you've got to do that weird thing, it's like, can I have such and such? It's like, no, because you literally had a donut for breakfast. So you're not. And the only reason you got a donut for breakfast is because you're not eating anything else. And all I wanted you was eating something.
I know. That was it. We did go on holiday in June there, but never been on a family holiday with Danny.
Yeah.
And we put money aside to go away. We went to Gran Canaria, and it was one of those. I'd never done it before, and kind of in the sun, half board or full board thing. It was a half board holiday we'd done. So you got breakfast in the morning, but it was a big, massive buffet.
Yeah.
And obviously there's desserts there even in the morning.
Fuck.
So that was Danny. As soon as he got a wee bit of ice cream and strawberries, that was it every morning. That's what he wanted.
Well, you see, we
Like,
went to I took Loki away with me to Aberdeen at the weekend,
Right.
and God love him. I ended up in the same hotel I always end up in because it just happened to be the cheapest. It was like, okay, I'll do it, and I'll get breakfast in the morning. I've learned 9 times out of 10. See, just get the breakfast.
Alright.
Just get it. I mean, you could go to McDonald's. Go to McDonald's, and you'll still spend 10 quid.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
See if the breakfast is like 12 for an adult, £5 for a kid. It's like, oh, that's £17. It's like, you know something. It's still going to be better value. And it's probably going to set you up for like half the day.
It's going to fill them more.
Yeah. So like, cool. So I just I'll get that. And so he is so into that shit.
Right.
But again, it's just trying to get him to eat shit. Eat stuff. It's like going like, on it. I'm going to get all the meat. And some toast. What are you having, bud? And he's like, oh, you know, where's the Nutella? And you're like, fuck. Fuck. You can't have Nutella. Come on. But then you get to the point of like going, right, you need to eat something. Like, I'm not, like, I don't know if you'd introduce start an episode like this. Or if you'd go, hello. Oh, yeah.
I saw it because you're just having a chat in the van.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you do the official kind of presenting thing? I'm not sure.
Nah, probably not.
Could do. Hello, welcome to Braw Cast. One of our special on the road.
On the road episodes.
On the road episodes. You don't get to see what we're looking at, but it's a spectacular view.
Hopefully this will catch some of it in the side here.
Would you do that, or would you ever do an episode where it's like facing forward and facing back at the same time?
I actually done that around the TT circuit.
That's what you did, right enough. Yeah.
With Stuart and Lewis, and we've done a lap of the circuit, and I had the camera pointing forward and the camera pointing back. I just halved it, like split screen, like the old PlayStation 2.
Sorry, here's me yawning like an arsehole. I'd like to apologise.
So that was cool. That was good because we were just chatting about the TT and stuff.
Yeah.
And going into the circuit, blethering away. So it lasted about an hour. It takes about an hour to go around in the car.
Oh.
It was cool. I was hoping he was going to pull over.
Oh, you are an arsehole. He wasn't paying attention.
He was not, was he?
You cannot see the giant van. Yes. A finger wave, you fucking arsehole. Worst type of... Do you know, when folk don't wave at all...
It does my head in.
It's just like... I'm not even sure. Is that like a highway code thing or something?
I don't know, man. What really annoys me as well is when...
Tells everyone you're an arsehole.
Aye. But see when you're...
Oof.
When you're...
It's a tight squeeze. That's what you need to know.
But see when there's cars parked along the side, and you can still get 2 lanes of traffic passing, and you get... But it means if the cars are on your left and you're on the left, it means you going across the line a wee bit to get past. And there's still plenty of room for both cars to get past. When somebody coming the other way holds the line so you can't get out, that does my head in. So there's plenty of room there for both cars to get through. but some people just like to establish their authority.
Also, some people are just scumbags, let's face it.
No.
Utter scumbags.
Yeah.
God, here we are with all this negative talk again. I
I
can't
know,
remember
what's
back
going
to
on?
people being
What's going
scumbags.
What's going on? We were just out scouting locations for shooting a new video for Braw.
An epic.
An epic.
An
That's what we're
epic.
doing. So
Brawbeard the movie.
that's what we were working on.
Casting is underway. I understand Danny Glover's going to play me. And what's it doing?
Oh, it's parking sensors.
All right.
Because it's just about hitting a wall.
I was having a wee heart attack. He's going, "You're driving into a field!"
That's pretty much it. Too close to that wall. But yeah, so we've got plans for this new video, and that's what we're doing now.
I
Scouting
remember
locations.
getting a bit of gorgeous sightseeing. What a gorgeous part of the world.
Yep.
He's got a lovely place up here.
Secret location.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess the next stage is sort out some dates for filming, and then get it going.
And it's distribution, soundtrack.
Yep.
Then it's award season, and we'll see
Is there going to be a score written and stuff for it?
probably a score written. I think Danny Elfman has been first in all the John Williams that did Star Wars. He's having a crack.
Nice.
See how he gets on. Then there'll be the music video tie-in. Mine used to get that. Like whenever a movie came out, there'd be a music video tie-in.
Aye, remember
No, they don't do that
Limp
anymore.
Bizkit done the Mission Impossible one
Yep.
night.
Men in Black.
Aye, and Linkin Park done.
Yeah.
What was it? Transformers.
Did they?
Aye.
Oh, I missed that.
I forget the name of the song. What I Done maybe? But aye, it was Transformers. I thought
I
that.
think it was a big thing in the 80s.
Right.
You know, you'd get like Billy Ocean, the Going Gets Tough for like Romancing the Stone or some shit like that.
Yeah.
You don't really get it for Avengers.
What was the?
Now here's Dua Lipa with Avengers. Avengers!
Oh, what was the Top Gun one? Was it Don't Take My Breath Away or something? Take My Breath Away.
Yeah, Take My Breath Away. As opposed to Don't Take My Breath Away, which is the
Complete opposite.
is the asthmatic version of Top Gun. Just Maverick taking a bang in his inhaler every time he goes up and
Don't Take My Breath Away.
Don't take my breath away.
Fuck's sake. It's been a while since I've seen that film.
Do you know I've never seen Top Gun?
Have you not?
No, I saw Hot Shots instead
That was class as well.
with Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
I stand by my decision.
It's Hot Shots Part 2 as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure the new one is. I'm sure Top Gun Maverick's really good.
It is. I've seen that one. That's class.
So I think I thought I was going to get around to watching it in a plane,
Right.
and then I ended up just watching John Wick 1 and 2 again.
I thought the new Top Gun's good, man. I enjoyed it. And it's got loads of wee nods back to the original as well. It's well over the top. It's hard to believe, you know. But it is good.
He's doing stuff like making a plane punch another plane and all that. Well, good luck with this.
Aye, this is tricky, isn't it? So, we're stuck behind a cyclist, creeping up a hill on a bendy road.
Yep. And we've
Not-
got to get out now legally. Oh, he's all right. There we go.
There we go.
That's a man that knows what he's doing.
Yep. Give him a wee flash of the blinkers there.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's a man that knows what he's doing. And also a man whose cardio is good enough that he's able to.
Fuck cycling up here. Even the van's struggling to get up here.
There's a place like there's a burn quite near where I live,
Right.
and it's nice to go and visit in the summer. And it's a fucking bollock
Really?
in any type of like vehicle, because every vehicle goes, why are we going into the sky? What's happened?
First gear all the way.
No, and even your sat nav is just going like, what the fuck? We're going up. Like the dot's not moving.
I totally. It's going elevation.
You are 25 minutes that way.
There's some places like the north of Scotland, remember
Yeah.
driving up to Thurso, and it was the same, just creeping uphill slowly.
Do you know I've got family from Thurso?
Right.
Quite a lot of family.
Right.
And I myself have only been to Thurso twice. Once for a funeral, sadly, and the other time was with my family to visit my Auntie Betty,
Right, okay.
who my kids call Granny Betty, which is a shame, but she is my auntie.
Right, okay.
Not that she minds. She
No.
doesn't. She couldn't care less. In fact, I don't know if she's met the baby. No, she did. She met the baby. Thurso was weird, man, because like the first time I was ever there, it's as if someone had paused time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like even the high street's kind of old school.
Yeah. I've only been there once.
Yeah?
We're going across to Orkney for the motocross beach race.
Yes.
I'll go over with my cousin. My cousin used to race and stuff like that. We were over, one of his friends was racing, so I just went over just for the trip. But I remember we were going across the water in the ferry, and a couple of the guys got a row for the captain because it was that choppy. The front of the ferry's going up and down like that, obviously.
Right.
And they figured out that if you jumped at the highest point, when the ferry dipped down, you were fucking flying through the air.
Fuck.
So once it was up at its highest point, they would jump, and obviously the ferry would come down, so it was like, I don't know, 8-foot gap between
Could have broke your bastard legs.
Aye, well, it was more, the captain was more pissed off because you could actually go over the side of the boat.
Yeah.
So that's it.
I've taken that ferry.
Have you?
I've had that ferry.
Yeah.
I gigged only in Orkney once. Nothing against the good people of Orkney, but I've never really been in that much of a hurry to go back. I can't even remember how the gigs went, to be honest, but I've never really... Let's go!
Aye. Yeah. You know what I really liked about Orkney? I forget what you call them, and this is really bad, but the bits of road that connect the bits of land, I forget, it's like a strip of road connecting two bits of land across the water.
Oh yeah, and is that the one where there's
not-
these planes?
Aye, the old battleships and
Yeah,
planes
yeah.
and stuff. I think that's cool as fuck. And it's not a bridge before anybody says a bridge. It does have a name. I forget what you call it.
There's it's not in Orkney, they have like a shin kicking contest.
The-
I think they do. I think they have the shin kicking contest. So they kind of grown men lock up and then kick fuck at each other's shins
Really?
until one relents. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I need to look.
Not as sure as I was, and
I've been,
like when I started this thought,
it's quite possible.
because the fact you went, eh? It's like, no, I'm sure.
Well, I've never heard that sport before, but there's a lot of sports I've never heard of before that actually do exist. There was a show on Netflix, and it was all these mad sports from around the world.
I remember that.
Aye, one was like the cheese rolling and stuff.
Now the cheese rolling thing, I was a little obsessed with, just
Right.
because how much people hurt themselves,
Aye, it's bad, isn't it?
like really fucking themselves up,
Yeah.
and also folk like who are not. I mean, I don't know if it helps you if you're an athlete or not. I really don't. I don't know if there's like a method to it.
I don't know if like hill running, you know the guys who run up hills and then run back down?
Yeah.
That'd probably be beneficial.
I guess those guys, yeah, would do. You'd think, but then would they do that and then Morak on the post office who goes tumbling past them like a bag of tits, but manages to get to her feet just at the bottom and then runs across that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it's luck, to be honest.
I think so, yeah, momentum and luck.
Look at this. This is
That's
this
cool,
is nice. This is nice. Fancy house.
Then
You go. What do? Like, do they own that house as well? You kind of hope they do,
Yeah.
because you'd be pretty fucking annoyed.
something.
Like, you could build your house anywhere,
Aye, stick it right next door.
but you've got to kill my view. Surely they've got to know each other.
Aye, they got the.
Surely.
What was the other sport? Talking about sports like
There was that. There was chili eating.
Well, the one I was thinking about was like, it was almost like a game of rugby in a town centre, and they beat the shit out of each other. It was in Italy or somewhere.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
It was like that.
Is that running the bulls? That's no rugby.
No. Well, I say it was like rugby. It was actually a ball, like a football, but they would just beat the shit out of each other. It was like this gladiatorial game, and I think the ball was just an afterthought. I think, but they would get the ball from one end to the other. Like
Okay.
Anything went. It was mental. Just guys dripping with blood everywhere. It's essentially mixed martial arts and football. But that was I'm sure it was Italy or somewhere like that. But I never knew that existed.
Are you going guysing with Danny?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm going to carve pumpkin tonight, I think.
Nice.
We've got a big pumpkin. So
Well, we live in Killy, so we haven't had our Halloween, but
Right.
the big part of Halloween's done,
Right, okay.
because Killy have theirs on the Friday.
Oh, do they? Right, okay.
Yeah, so the idea is that you get a whole weekend of Halloween regardless,
Right.
and nobody needs to worry about school or that the next day.
Ah, okay.
It's quite a solid theory, actually.
Yeah.
You went, oh mate, it's October 31st. It's like, shut up.
Yeah.
I mean, my wedding anniversary is October 31st. I know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it sucks that my wedding anniversary is on a Tuesday. But, you know, fuck it, we'll make the most of it.
Right, make it work.
But no, we went out. So Loki was The Mask,
Oh yeah, nice.
which is still a popular costume to this day.
Yep.
Laurie was just a vampire, and Jareth was a ghost.
Right.
Well, he was a bit annoyed because he kept initially going, doctor. And it's like, no, it's a ghost. It's a ghost.
Fair enough.
And he's like gutted, so it's like, oh, next year's gonna have to be a doctor then, fucking with a big white coat.
We surgeon. Aye, we
I should dress him up as a surgeon. I should like a proper surgeon.
with a big bell. What was it? Big
The bell.
bell? No, not bell. Like a periscope. What do you call it? Stethoscope. Fucking
I'd
periscope.
be fucking terrified if somebody,
Sleep.
a surgeon turned up with
A bell.
a bell and a periscope. Where are you putting that?
Don't know where that came from.
Where are you putting that? Just firing that up your hoops or see if the Germans are on the horizon. Okay, mate. I assume that's slang for something.
We got Danny a wee Dracula Mickey costume.
Can't go wrong.
Aye, it was class. So he wore that on Saturday morning after Jenny's wedding, just to go down for breakfast. So he was talking about that. We weren't sure that we were going to get him in it. He just had the big collar and the Dracula cape, and
Yeah.
you know. But he looked the part. But he wouldn't put the hat on. The hat was
Pretty standard wee boy stuff.
Aye, like
Pretty
the-
standard wee boy stuff.
it was like the black hair with Mickey ears, which was really cute. But he was refusing
He's
to
like,
put it
nah, what are you on about? I'm going to put something in my head.
on. Exactly.
People won't know it's me.
But he had a glow stick for the wedding for the night before, so that was his magic wand. So he was happy.
Sweet.
He was casting spells on everybody.
Fuck.
So every time he was cast a spell on me, I'd stop, and he'd have to recast it to get me going again.
Or a freeze.
Yeah, it's cool.
Imagine he'd left you there. It's like
No,
John,
no, I'll still be there now.
John's really committing to the bit. It's like, well, it's when you're dad, sometimes you just have to.
Exactly.
You just have to.
Keep the magic real. Again, I have no idea where we are.
We're in. This is what I can tell you. We're in the borough of Stirling Council.
Oh, okay.
That
Nice.
much. I only saw that because I read that on the side of a bin.
Oh,
So I've got my Columbo style
on it.
skills in effect.
On
But geographically, I've absolutely not. I mean, that's breathtaking. I've
So
never
welcome
seen that
in.
view before in my life.
it. Nice.
Very nice. Feels like a place. Feels like the type of thing you would see in like Wales or I was about to say the Netherlands, but we're on a hill, so that's impossible.
True. It's very picturesque, isn't it?
The Netherlands is lovely, man. Like, see when you go to like you're further out than Amsterdam.
Right.
What was the name of the place? Oh, Halleen. I was in a place called Halleen,
Right, okay.
and it was quite an industrial area, to be honest.
Right.
But like I saw the wee town, and it was like, fucking hell, this is like something out of a movie.
Aye, I've never
Yeah.
been.
Yeah, that's very good. I like Amsterdam. Sheep.
Sheep on the
I
road,
think we have to pay them.
do we? Is that a toll?
Hang on, there's another car
I
coming.
know,
though.
I've seen that coming, that's why I'm slowing down. So I hit the sheep.
Oh, he
Sheep
doesn't-
on the
he doesn't
road.
give a fuck. Look at this cunt.
I'm going to get one finger away for him. Nothing. Out the way, sheep.
Oh, didn't he move a bastard inch? Didn't move an inch.
This is my road. I flew over, went to whatever airport it is.
Skip.
Yeah, that one. Flew there. It was weird. I was going to America, so I flew from Edinburgh to that one, and then back over Scotland to go to America. For some reason, it was the way
I've
to
never
go.
flown to America from Amsterdam. I've flown from Dublin to
Right.
America,
Actually, flying up.
which is amazing because you go through. You technically enter American soil there.
You go through the cut.
So it is quite weird, man, because I mean, there they are, the American Inland Security, or what, is that what they call it?
I think so.
Homeland Security, that's
Homeland,
it.
That's it.
And it was again a narky American dude was
Really, yeah.
dealing with. Well, he was like, "Why are you going to New York?" And I went, "For Tartan Week." What's Tartan Week? Well, it's a celebration of Scottish things in New York. And he was like, "Well, I lived in New York for 30 years and I've never heard of it." And I was like, "I don't know what to tell you, man. It's been going for 300 years." Well, I don't know. I didn't want to pull rank on that one, but and the centre of New York was designed by a Scotsman, so you can.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. If you actually look, Glasgow and New York have the same grid system.
Is that why they use Glasgow for some films?
Could be.
Because
be.
it's similar.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
They're probably cheaper shutting down Glasgow than it's shutting down New York. Eh?
Oh, 100%. I mean, you know, like Scottish people will be like, even the back handles in Scotland are going to be a lot cheaper. It's like, can we get £1 million? No. All right, what will you give us then?
£3,000.
We'll take it.
Aye, because they used Glasgow for like World War Z and obviously Batman.
World War Z, Indiana Jones.
Aye.
I think it's popped up in a couple of things.
Yeah. That's cool.
Has New York ever doubled for Glasgow? Doubt it. Never seen an episode of Taggart filmed in Fifth Avenue.
When was the last time you were in America? Was it Tulsa?
It would have been Tulsa, Oklahoma, yeah, just a couple of, about a month back now.
Yeah.
Just over a month back.
Off to go back, man.
Had a great time, so I'm back at the new year.
Oh, yeah?
Back in New Year. And then...
What, to Tulsa?
No, to Orlando.
Oh, nice.
Heather has bagged a very cheap version of a holiday we've had before.
All right, cool.
Costs are being cut left, right and centre, let's put it that way.
Yeah, yeah.
But it'll make the holiday no different.
Ah, exactly.
It'll be good fun.
That's what you make it, eh?
The most expensive thing is we're going to a bunch of theme parks. Because you should, I think. Although I get people that have like holiday homes and just spend time in like hot climates. I never used to get that, but I do now. Because like, I'd totally fuck off for like, you know, if you think about it, like Christmas and New Year, in theory you could be doing nothing for 3 weeks.
Yep.
I totally get why people would fuck off for 3 weeks and just work from there for the starter and then come home.
Yeah.
I totally get it. You just have enough of it and go, fuck it. I mean, flights are still expensive, of course, but like, imagine if you were, you know something, I'm going to spend this weekend in Orlando. I totally get that. Well, you think about it, like a flight to Orlando is what, like 9 hours?
Yeah.
So if you were going to London for a long weekend, you're not looking far off that.
Yeah.
So, the price to go to the theme parks is almost as much as the fucking holiday itself.
It's expensive, isn't it?
Yeah, it is expensive.
I'd like to go back, man, but it's the price, it's weighing it up. But, yeah, like, see, it's just what you're saying about chilling in the sun. Like, Elaine and I, every time we went on holiday, we've been doing something. There's always been activity.
Yeah.
But it's mountain biking or theme parks or whatever.
Yeah.
But we went to Gran Canaria there, like I said, in June. And mate, just chilled in the sun, done a few water parks and stuff, but see, just decompressing in the sun was class. Yeah. I've never done it before. But it was just like, it took a few days to kind of switch off at work and stuff. But once you relax, it's just
folk don't even need to fucking bother messaging me, man. I'm going to be a cunting ghost. See, from honestly, like New Year's Day, that's me.
Right.
Bye. I will see you into, well, I think we're only away for 11 days, but it's like, don't bother. You won't hear, and it'll be good because I think most people don't at that time of year.
Aye, yeah, I think so.
So I think it should be hopefully easy. Like I do that sometimes. Like I'll go into places without my phone.
Aye.
Like if I'm going into a restaurant, I very rarely will take my phone.
Really?
Well, yeah, because I'm just like, you know,
you want to be present, eh?
Going in to have a chat and something to eat and just chill out.
Yeah.
I don't mind it at all.
It's something I need to do more often. Like I'm getting better at it now.
Yeah.
I used to take my phone everywhere, and, you know, it was always accessible, but I'm trying not to be now, especially around Danny as well. Just being present.
Well, there's nothing worse when you put it on Do Not Disturb mode, forgotten, and then you go back to your phone later on during the day and he's like 5 missed calls and you're like, shit!
Sounds like a Vegas slot machine going up.
Yeah. I'm sure everything's fine. Ping, 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 ping.
Yes.
It's not like, I mean, we flat out did not go holidays when I was a kid.
Did you not?
Fucking nowhere. Certainly not at Christmas. I think it was just a case of you got new stuff from Santa, piss off. That was kind of like my parents' attitude. Especially when you got a bike and you immediately started planning adventures. Gonna get away from this place.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. That's the thing when you're young. A bike was just a bit of freedom.
A bike was it, man.
Class.
I'm gone.
Always loved the BMX, man. Out and out all the time.
I don't need to worry about a bus.
Exactly.
Hey?
Cycle everywhere.
Yeah.
Still got wee skinny legs as well. Don't know how. I went mountain biking, I'm done. Must have got my mum's legs, my mum's jeans and my legs.
It's a weird place to get them. From the hips down, I'm all my mum.
Oh, we skinny legs, man. Every day's leg day in the gym.
My mum was kind of loaf shaped. I mean that with love.
Loaf shit.
Yeah, just kind of like. Megan could have beat fucky if she wanted. Pretty sure she walked everywhere. She had a gammy leg.
Did she?
Yeah, she had one of her legs was gammy because I think she had surgery on it when she was a kid and they fucked up the nerves.
Oh, really?
So it kind of never really grew the same way as the other one.
Wow.
She had like one massive leg and one just wee leg.
Right.
No wee leg. I made that sound like it didn't hit the floor. It was a yeah, but she walked everywhere with it. She's a badass in that respect. And from that generation where do you know, she never had to piss out of it. It's quite funny now because now she wouldn't need to work a day in her life.
Of course,
Probably as a result. But in those days, man, she was various times she was the breadwinner of the family.
Really, eh?
Yeah.
Just a wee machine.
Just kept going. Back when you could do jobs cash in hand. I mean, nobody's coming after her now.
Well, yeah.
But it's, a wee brown envelope. Nice.
Different time.
Different time. That's just how she'd do it. She'd smash it.
Yeah. Sorry, man. I was concentrating on the road there. It was rough as fuck.
Oh, good. I was concentrating on you, concentrating on the roads.
I appreciate it.
Because every now and then it's like, I've literally no idea where we are. Because it felt like leaving Glasgow, we drove for like 3 minutes on a bit of motorway.
Aye, yeah,
and then you took a turn onto a bit of road which I never had noticed before and had like a minstrel next to it playing something.
It'd be like B roads the whole time.
Yeah. So we're in Kirky. We're in Kirkintilloch. Think, or is Kirkintilloch Turkey, or is there another place? Because my cousin lives, I think he might live in Kirkintilloch.
Right. I don't know, man. No idea.
Was it Tilly he lives in? Tillicudtree he lives in.
Tillicudtree. Near Stirling.
Near Stirling.
Like
Near Stirling.
It's amazing how it sticks in your mind.
I bring that up all the time.
Yep.
Do you know something? If you're needing some good electrical goods, you go to Glenn's, Hutchinson Robinson's and Step Egg. That's where you go.
Was that like 4 businesses got together or something?
Fucking who knows? 4 guys.
Yeah.
Should we just start selling cassette players, boys?
Stick our names together.
Let's put our names together. Names you can trust, apart from Step Egg. I've never met anyone called Step Egg in my fucking life.
Never heard that name before.
I get an angry message.
Yeah, I know.
Bob Step Egg. I think you'll find Signs of the Times. Hey, did you get it? Signs of the Times.
That's clever.
And a font from Microsoft Art.
Microsoft Word, remember that?
Yeah.
You get the fucking fancy colours.
Fucking
That looks
done,
amazing.
done in Mario Paint.
That looks amazing.
So it's like, I'm not denying that your business, I'm sure, is cracking, guys, but your signs are... your designs are terrible.
I don't think I've been to this part of the world before.
I am not. So we're in Kirkintilloch. Aye, because Kirkintilloch is quite close to Glasgow.
Aye. I've been to Kirkintilloch before. Sure,
I did a gig out here not that long ago at the... In fact, I think we passed it earlier at the Crow Tavern, I think it was called.
Right, okay.
It's definitely Crow something. Maybe the Crow Inn.
I actually came... I'm sure it was Kirkintilloch. I came in an MMA fight here one time.
You MMA fought here?
Nah, I never fought. One of my mates was fighting. I'm trying to remember the name of the show. Sport Fight Scotland, I think it was called.
Sounds dodgy.
Yeah. Nah, it was good, man. It was good. You know Dean Riley? For the Grip House in Glasgow. Dean...
I chatted with Dean, didn't I?
Yeah. He was on the show. Yeah. He... the camp he's in was the Grip House. A lot of his fighters were... Fucking cameras died.
Was it?
Yeah. Oh,
I mean, we could technically keep going and just put a drawing. So, if the camera's died, here's a drawing of us in the van.
for the rest of the chat.
And we'll see if we can get back to Drygate. We just move the mouths or something.
Can do that, no bother. We'll get
Blah, 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 blah. See if it goes along. I bet there's a bit of software somewhere.
AI, man, AI.
AI, it's the way of the world. If you want to see what a pigeon with a dinosaur's dick looks like, then just bang that into HI. HI? AI. AI.
Yeah.
You can tell me in a minute. Right, well, don't forget to like and subscribe and ding that bell.
Been an odd episode of the Braw Cast.
Very odd.
Class.
I've got to say, nobody, if anyone ever wants to give a shit, they can't give a shit for diversity, we'll tell you that much.
Exactly.
Loads of other reasons. You know something they say, don't hate the players, but you can hate the haters, so do that.
I'll get through here. Here we go.
There we go.
Cool, that's it.
Done. Alright, we'll get out of here then. 2 parking spaces as well, you absolute shagger. Good for you.